If you've ever wondered whether you're handling your cat's litter box situation correctly, don't worry, you're not alone. Even the most seasoned cat parents can make a few missteps along the way. I've gathered a list of 12 common mistakes that many of us might be making without even realizing it. Mastering the art of litter box management is essential for both your and your cat's well-being because let's face it, the litter box is one of those unavoidable realities of cat ownership. But if you get it right, it'll make life so much easier. Let's break down the biggest mistakes so you can avoid them and keep your kitty happy. Mistake 1. Using a small litter box. One of the most frequent mistakes I see and even made myself when I first got my cat is using a litter box that's too small. I totally get it, especially if you live in a small space. A compact box might seem like a smart choice. Manufacturers cater to this by offering these space-saving boxes. But the reality is, your cat needs room to move around. A cramped box can lead to discomfort and even stress for your cat, who may stop using it altogether. Ideally, the box should be at least 1 or 1.5 times longer than your cat's body, so they can turn around comfortably and perform their natural digging routine. Trust me, making this switch to a larger box was a game changer for me and my cat. Mistake 2. Litter box with difficult access. A lot of us love the idea of a covered litter box to contain the mess and smell. I'll admit, I tried it too, but what seems like a great solution for us is actually quite stressful for our cats. When they're doing their business, cats feel vulnerable and want to have a clear view of their surroundings. A closed or hard-to-access box limits their ability to see what's going on, which can make them anxious. Remember, your cat's instincts tell them to be on the lookout, even in the bathroom. After I switched to an open box, my cat seemed so much more comfortable and confident using it. Mistake 3. Choosing a box with high sides. Here's another mistake I made early on. I thought that getting a box with high sides would prevent litter from spilling out when my cat digs around. In reality, this made it much harder for my older cat to get in and out of the box. Cats, especially as they age, can struggle with high walls, and you might notice them avoiding the box because of this. A good compromise is finding a box with a lower entry point. That way, your cat can easily step in without struggling, but the higher sides still help contain the mess. It's a win-win. Mistake 4. Placing the box near food or water. This one seems like common sense, but it's a mistake that many cat owners, myself included, make, especially in small spaces like apartments. Placing the litter box near their food or water bowls might seem convenient, but think about it, would you want your dining room to be in your bathroom? Neither does your cat. Cats are naturally clean creatures, and having their food and bathroom areas too close together just doesn't sit well with them. If space is tight, try to keep these areas at least a few feet apart to give your cat the separation they need. Mistake 5. Putting the box in a noisy or busy area. This is a mistake I see so often, especially in homes with lots of activity. Putting the litter box in high-traffic areas, like hallways or laundry rooms, can make your cat feel anxious every time they need to use the bathroom. Cats need privacy and quiet when they go, just like we do. I once made the mistake of placing my cat's litter box next to the washing machine, and let me tell you, it was a disaster. Every time the machine was on, my cat avoided the box completely. Now, I always recommend finding a calm, quiet spot for the litter box, ideally in a corner where your cat can feel safe. Mistake 6. Using uncomfortable litter. Choosing the right litter is one of those things that seems small but makes a big difference. Some types of litter, especially those with rough textures or sharp edges, can actually hurt your cat's paws. I didn't realize this at first until I saw my cat limping away from the box. A good test is to press your hand into the litter. If it feels uncomfortable to you, it's probably uncomfortable for your cat too. Opt for a softer, more comfortable type of litter, and your cat will be much happier digging around in it. Mistake 7. Using scented litter. I know how tempting it is to pick up scented litter, especially when they come in lovely fragrances like lavender or citrus. But here's the thing, your cat's sense of smell is far more sensitive than yours, and what smells pleasant to you can be overwhelming for them. In fact, cats prefer their litter to smell like themselves, which gives them a sense of security. So as much as we might like that fresh scented litter, it's better to stick to unscented options for your cat's comfort. Mistake 8. Not having enough litter boxes. This is one tip that cat owners hate hearing. You should have one litter box per cat, plus an extra. It might seem excessive, But if you only have one box and something goes wrong, like you forget to clean it, or your cat decides they don't like the location, you'll quickly realize the importance of a backup. I once had an issue where my cat stopped using her litter box, and adding an extra one in a quieter spot solved the problem immediately. Mistake 9. Not putting enough litter. It's easy to misjudge how much litter to use. Too much can overwhelm your cat, and too little means they can't properly bury their waste. A good rule of thumb is to aim for about 5 to 7 centimeters, 2 to 3 inches of litter. This gives them enough to dig and cover without making the box feel like a sandbox. Mistake 10. Using a plastic bag liner in the box. I understand the temptation to use plastic liners. They make cleaning up so much easier, right? Wrong. Cats love to dig and scratch when they're in the litter box, and those plastic liners don't stand a chance against their claws. I tried using liners once, and they were shredded to pieces in no time. Skip the liners and just scoop regularly. Your cat will be happier, and so will you. Mistake 11. Not adapting the box for older cats. As your cat ages, their needs change, and that includes their litter box. If you have an older cat, consider making the box more accessible by lowering the entry or switching to a different design that's easier for them to get in and out of. Additionally, older cats may need more frequent litter changes, as they can be more sensitive to odors. Keeping an eye on their bathroom habits can also clue you into potential health issues. Mistake 12. Teaching your cat to use the toilet. I know it sounds like a fun party trick to teach your cat to use the toilet, but in reality, it's not recommended. First of all, it goes against their natural instinct to bury their waste. Plus, you miss out on important health clues by not being able to monitor their litter box. Not to mention the logistical nightmare of always keeping the toilet lid up. Stick with the litter box, it's what's best for your cat. So there you have it, 12 common mistakes to avoid with your cat's litter box. Hopefully, this list helps you create a happier, more comfortable environment for your furry friend. If you found this helpful, don't forget to check out my other video on the incredible things your cat does for you that you might not even realize. You won't want to miss it.